Authority, understood in its modern context, is a relation to tradition. A relation to tradition that is strong enough to underwrite our actions, our way of living. One thing that philosophers have noted about the modern era is that it's hostile to authority. Beginning in about the 18th century, biblical criticism began to question the historical authenticity of the Gospels and the miracles recorded in them. The people around Picasso were surprisingly interested in this. And I think he may have been interested in it, non-believer though he was, because the problems it raised are also problems for people who look at old paintings. In art history, there is a tendency toward what we call historicism. That is, toward understanding works of art as being only fully meaningful within a historical context, the context of their production, which tends to struggle against presentism or a desire to make works of art live and solicit responses from us in the present. And I want to say that if it were only the causes, the reasons, the intentions, and the desires that informed the context of their production that interested us in works of art, our relation to them would be somewhat impoverished. On the other hand, if we understood our latter-day experience of works of art to be, in any meaningful sense, part of the production of their meaning, I think their meaning for us would quickly become arbitrary. I want to find a way, and I want to discuss this way through my analyses of the works of Picasso and Apollinaire and their associates around the turn of the century. I want to find a way to make both the original historical meaning, that is to say, the meaning of the work of art, and our response to it reconcilable in a single account of what goes on when I stand in front of that painting. In Picasso's La Vie, for example, a major work from 1903, one hand stretches itself into the middle of the composition and makes a mannered gesture completely inscrutable in the middle of a completely inscrutable painting. It's drawn a lot of attention, and people have suggested it might come from this painting or that painting, always paintings with some kind of traditional Christian iconography like the Noli Me Tangere. But none of this adds up to an explanation. None of this tells us what the painting is about. This kind of inscrutable gesture is what I'm working from.